Hello and welcome to Pony 4-in-1. This is episode 64. You know, where we name everything at 64. So remember, it's like Mario 64 and Excitebike 64 and Doom 64 because... Yes, everything's 64 here. Yes, it is now the mid-90s. You have been warned. It is the week of July 27th. I'm Nemesis, and with me is Alca7raz as usual.
Yep, hello.
Yes. And we actually have a surprisingly large amount of news, I should say.
Yes.
I was surprised. Most of it probably is actually San Diego Comic-Con. So you'll probably be interested rather than, come on, pass the toys. I don't care.
Yeah, this is pretty cool stuff.
So yeah. But yeah, we have the news, of course. And of course, you can follow along on pony4in1.libsyn.com/show notes. All the links are there. You should follow there. Definitely. Are those,
Yep.
You might, because, details are there.
Yep.
On those links, which you should click. Anyway, let's go. Starting off with conventions, BronyCon has made a couple of announcements. The first is a Doctor Who's Adventures event from Pony in a Box. This requires an audio file, so make sure to grab that from the internet if you're going. So that's this weekend, so you have to grab the audio file. I'm not sure what they're doing exactly, but you need this for it to work.
Yeah, sounds interesting.
Yeah, and the con is also going to have a colored badge system for socializing. Green means open to talk, yellow means talk only if they know you, and red means don't talk at all. Anyway, Nightmare Nights Dallas has detailed the Equestria dance music concerts. There will be 12 DJs over 2 nights, so check out their site for details if you want to, see who's playing.
Yep.
DerpyCon South is doing a badge giveaway until August 15th, well, basically you buy a badge and book a hotel. I think you book a hotel room at the $99 rate at the hotel, and you could win a badge, and they're only giving away a handful. They're doing it to try to fill out their hotel block and to help the convention, so I'm going to say this, can't be a little candid, I'm a little leery just because they're already asking for help to keep the con going.
Yeah.
So I'm a little leery. If you're planning on going, just be careful, I guess. I don't want to start talking crap about anyone or start accusing thing or whatever, or start rumors, but just really be careful. Just really, especially, we've already had a couple.
We've had a couple cons go south.
Well, we had a couple cons go south in our fandom. We've seen a recent example of a con going south.
Yeah.
So just watch it. But anyway, moving on to just fandom stuff in general, there's currently a crowdfunded campaign to do a second printing of Past Sins. If you're interested, you should go check that out. It's basically, it won't print unless they get enough money to do so. So
yeah.
Anyway, the second of the unreleased Bronies tapes is out. This video focuses on the Berlin Pirate Party. So yes, ponies and politics.
Yep, and their pony time thing.
Yes, so
correctly.
If you're interested in that, go check that out. Ashley Ball has done an interview with Media Mics about a Brony Tale and just the stuff that went into doing it and how it came to be. So check that out. The Gaming Cults have released a downloadable version of their MLP-inspired game, Alicorn Princess Blast. If you're interested in shmups, you should check that out. These guys were at Everfree Northwest, and they've been working on this for a while, but I believe they've only just recently released a downloadable version of this alpha of this game. So
yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. This is an alpha, so it's incomplete, broken, etc.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Okay, now here's a thing.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we've known about, and we can't really talk about yet, but over the last month or so, some artists have been making allegations against Wheel of Fine. One of them, Steve Holt, has now written up a few posts detailing exactly what happened. So basically, it's kind of came to light a while ago that there was someone in their My Little Pony contest was all of a sudden winning out of nowhere, didn't make any sense. Basically, all these artists are on Twitter or on Tumblr and whatnot, or DeviantArt, saying, "Hey, vote my entry up." All these artists do this. There's one person who just kind of posted one time, never really said anything beyond that. All of a sudden, went from really, really far down the rankings to number 1 very quickly, and all of their stuff suddenly dropped down to number 9. This is red flag.
Yes.
So they contacted some of the We Love Fine people and said, "This doesn't make sense. We're kind of worried." And they got back to them and said, "Yeah, we found that there is some shenanigans. Someone basically found that there's a bunch of duplicate accounts from the same IP address upvoting and downvoting all this stuff, and they said 10, but this is not the work of 10 accounts.
Yeah, you'd have to do a
This is
lot of
hundreds at least. But anyway, it was researched. They did some stuff. They undid some of the votes. They told the artists to go ahead and withdraw their entries and resubmit them so they could be reset, so they don't have this nasty rating 1 purge.
that. Yeah.
And it worked, and for a while it seemed everything was fine. And then later on, this person who was accused of cheating suddenly won. And because all of a sudden they started getting upvoted back again, even though things were reset. And then the shirt was pulled down. We Love Fine said they're going to investigate, and they said no. Then they put it back up and said no. We even with the cheating votes removed, it's still won. But it's like at the same time, it's like this person was cheating or possibly cheating. I think their thing was, unfortunately, that they couldn't tell if the artists themselves were behind the cheating or not.
Yeah.
So that's one thing. Right there, really poorly handled contest with a cheater. The other thing is, in general, it seems like We Love Fine has been treating artists, well, like crap. This part wasn't as public as the cheating thing because, well, that was really big. But what happens is they have these things called Mighty Fine Artists, or MFAs. These are people who are actually contracted by We Love Fine to make art for the shirts, and they get paid per shirt sold. You know, they get commission.
Yeah.
Whereas if you win a contest, you get paid once $250, and that's it.
Yep.
And they have all the rights to the artwork. You can't resell it. You can't do prints of it, or you can sometimes, but you can't resell it or anything like that on another shirt. The thing is, they kind of say, oh, you want to be MFA? You got to win contests and stuff.
Isn't
And
there
well,
like a surefire, you win a certain amount of contests?
it's not surefire, like
almost,
there's a set number, but they say, oh, you just got to win contests. And they told a couple artists, oh, you're being noticed. You might become a MFA pretty soon. And they're not. And when they inquire, they're like, no, you're not going to be one. We're not. It's like you haven't really fulfilled our requirements yet. And then out of nowhere, some unknown artist came along and was suddenly a new MFA. No content entries. No one had ever heard of them before. And suddenly they're doing this stuff. And it just feels like they're being strung along. And at this point, a lot of the artists feel like what they're doing is they are basically cheaping out and just, okay, it's cheaper. Rather than paying these guys commission, we're just going to pay them once and have their design forever.
$250 once is a lot cheaper than whatever the commission rate per
shirt is. I think it's like 10% per, so it's like $250 per shirt based on
at about $25
but that
per
adds
shirt.
up.
Yeah.
That adds up because
they sell more than 100 shirts.
They can do whatever the heck they want with that design too. They don't have to consult the artist for that. So you have like shirts showing up as store exclusives, like at Hot Topic or whatever, or FYE, or they're suddenly there as exclusives and the artist had no idea. Like, or one artist, their art was altered without being notified.
I saw one of them whitewashing it.
They lighten skin tones and stuff. It's like, that's not good. And so it's basically they've been kind of treating art. They haven't been treating artists well, and they're not really saying anything. They don't really publicly. They have publicly kind of their excuses seem a little flimsy, and it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah,
And I can't tell you what to do. And the artists who have been affected like this, they want you to know, but they're telling you it's up to you if you want to or not. But I personally have decided to stop buying stuff from We Love Fine. And remember, that doesn't necessarily just limit them to the website. They also have shirts at like Hot Topic, FYE, and so on. It's like the company on the shirt. It's Mighty Fine. Often you'll see a logo Mighty Fine or some sort, or just We Love Fine, something like that. So just pay attention. Just if you really think this is not cool, to treating artists like this,
show them by
that's the only way to get them to stop.
Yeah,
is to, and also make this public. And I just we've been knowing about this for a while, but we couldn't say anything just because there was nothing real concrete to. I didn't have all the details yet. I didn't want to go off and say something and find out I was wrong later. So just know that they often will have booths at conventions and stuff. So just really take a second thought before you buy any of their merchandise. And I know this is sounding pretty preachy, especially for a news segment. It's also long, but it's kind of important.
It is. I hate to see our artists and our fandom getting taken advantage of.
Yeah, and apparently it's not just our fandom. It's also like Steven Universe and what was it? I think even the Mary Sue contest going on, all that stuff. It's artists are being affected by this. Some artists was like, let's see. Some artists decided they kind of started hearing about this. Decided it's not even entry contest. Others have pulled entries. Others were going to put more entries in and decided, nah, I'm not going to. So artists are now moving on to like Redbubble and all sorts of other things. So just be mindful of that. I'm not saying you have to just stop purchasing from them, but just be mindful of it. Okay. Probably enough preaching at you guys, but like I said, important. Anyway, going to move on to merchandise in general. Several items have appeared on Taobao, including Cadence and Twilight Snow Globes, and rainbow-fied versions of the main 6, plus many other ponies, including Sunset. Also, Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash have appeared in package, although those should be showing up in stores about now as well, even though they're also showing up, they should be in stores now, those two, so just keep an eye on if you want those. Ponymania toys have started to appear in stores and online, including the Toys R Us SDCC exclusives, like Sakura and Chrysalis, Equestria Girl Sakura and Pony-ish Chrysalis.
Yeah, ish.
If you're looking for those, well, now you can buy them.
Yep.
Plus, the EQG Ponymania Photo Finish has been listed on the Canadian Toys R Us, which means it'll be here in America pretty soon. So, Canadians, you can buy Photo Finish and are banned. And then other general Hasbro merchandise, Fashion Style Pinky and Dash, Through the Mirror Celestia and Luna, and Shirley and Lyra pop figures have all started to appear in various stores like Walmart, Amazon, etc., etc. Plus, the Wild Rainbow CMC figures have appeared on eBay, which means they will also probably be hitting stores pretty soon.
Yay.
Aurora's take on the Luna plushie is now available on Toywiz and Amazon UK. These were up for pre-order back in March.
Yep.
And so, yeah.
Now the Luna's...
A lot of people are grouping them with Spike, forgetting that Spike has already been talked about and known. Because Spike is not available yet. It's still for pre-order. But, yeah, Luna's available to buy. So if you want a Luna from Aurora...
Get it quick.
Available now.
It's going to sell up pretty quick.
Yeah, Lunas are popular.
Yep.
Apparently there's going to be a pop-up book coming, and it's going to be featuring the Castles of Equestria.
Castles.
Yes, castles.
Which we have 3 now? 4.
At least.
4.
Something like that, yeah.
We have Cantor
And apparently the artist for this is also done a Game of Thrones pop-up book, and the art in that is really well done. So, hoping we'll get the similar quality for this. Glow-in-the-dark versions of Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash have appeared for the Funko Mystery Mini line on eBay.
So we might be seeing those hit stores too.
Yeah, we don't know. They just kind of pop up on eBay. So
yeah,
apparently the MLP merch blog has already bought them and wants to see what they are exactly. Knockoffs, mistakes, what? Who knows?
It's hard to mistake a glow-in-the-dark figure.
Be surprised. You'd be surprised what kind of mistakes. Just put the wrong material through. Oops. Yeah. And speaking of Funko, though, the SDCC, the San Diego Comic-Con Funko figures of Spitfire and DJ Pony have appeared on Amazon. No telling how long they'll last, so you might want to jump on those now.
Yeah.
They're about $20 each, which is surprising. So
I might have to do that anyway, even if I don't have a place to put them.
Yeah. The Diamond Select Pony Banks that we've mentioned in the past were also at SDCC, so if you want to see clear pictures of them, there you go. That's the Fluttershy, Applejack, and Rarity so far. Because I know both Fluttershy and Applejack are available for pre-order at various places, and not yet Rarity, but she'll probably be pretty soon. And in our last piece of merchandise news, something big was announced.
Yeah.
Shapeways has partnered with Hasbro to create and sell 3D printed figures based on fan works, and they're starting with My Little Pony.
Which explains why we've seen some of the 3D printers get CNDs.
Yeah. Well, actually, Shapeways themselves got a CND for cover blanket everyone on there. Because Safeway, you can just make an account and start selling your designs. And it's like blanket ban of no pony stuff anymore.
No pony stuff. But now they're actually doing this official.
Because, it's official. So basically, you submit your design to Hasbro. They approve it because, you can't be obscene or sexual or any of that.
Which, we know a lot of people would go for.
You can't do that. It has to be approved. And then they get, then you can sell it and you get a cut and they get a cut. Everyone's happy. Well, not everyone's going to be happy, but now you can do it officially. You don't get shut down. You don't risking a C&D.
Yes.
anymore. So it's a good
semi-official
move.
license works.
And if this takes off, we might see this in other fandoms. Like I know the Transformers fandom's already kind of excited about this because Transformers fans are already doing stuff like, oh, I'm going to make these little. They do stuff like they sell accessories for the Transformers on Shapeway.
Imagine someone actually trying to 3D print a full transforming Transformer.
Yeah, that's the problem is you're going to have to each individual piece and assemble it.
No, they have really nice ones. I've seen some of those 3D printing systems.
The way these work,
I don't think you could afford that though.
So, yeah, these are so be on the lookout. I'm not sure when exactly this is gonna start, but soon. So, ish.
That'll be really cool.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on to comics. The newest release of the IDW micro series of Tiny Comics. Yeah, not the micro series as in the comic series. Micro series is these little bundled comics.
They're actually physically micro.
Yeah, I've started to appear in stores, and these are they're little. They're little. They have like a tattoo and stuff, sticker or something like that. Just little fun packs, basically. Yep. So those are Outrun stores. If you want to get those, go ahead. An exclusive cover of issue 22 of the MLP comic has been revealed for Fan Expo Toronto, and it shows the main six in various cosplays. So
yep, with Pinky cosplay.
You go into that for like whatever reason, like say Andrea Lemon and Tabitha St. Germain, I believe, are appearing there.
Yep.
So yeah, if you're going for them, well, you can also pick up this comic. Some details from Hasbro and IDW panel have been written up, courtesy of Derpy News. Not a whole lot of new information, but still worth checking out. It's just a couple little things about the comic in general, just details about a couple of the upcoming issues and stuff like the reason, like apparently issue 23 is about the pets. It's apparently the main six are acting weird.
Oh.
So,
interesting.
It's up to them to save the day. Anyway, moving on. Rainbow Rocks news, because yes, there was quite a bit of that.
Yes.
Just in general, an extended version. Well, this is not really Rainbow Rocks; it's related enough. An extended version of "This Is Our Big Night" from Equestria Girls has been released. So if you like that song for some reason, there you go.
It wasn't that
bad, but it was not the best one. It has been revealed that Rainbow Rocks will premiere on the Hub on October 17th, so before the home release.
Interesting.
Which is it is kind of interesting, but
okay.
Yeah, so that's when most people will probably be watching it.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, of course, there's always going to be some of us who are going to be watching in theaters, speaking of which the theatrical listing has been finalized from what I understand, so hooray. A few minor details for Rainbow Rocks have been revealed at San Diego Comic-Con, and, it's nothing too big, but, it's just like they want, Sunset is going to be a fairly big role. We already kind of knew that. They kind of imply there's going to be a third one. They didn't outright confirm it, but the fact they called this one the Empire Strikes Back of Pony kind of implies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they also, I kind of said this to Alcatraz at one point. I'm not sure if it was recorded or not, but the villains they were kind of based on Siren mythology.
The Siren's Call.
Yeah. And this is one big one, which I think a lot of people are going to be interested in. The side characters are going to get seen in the movie, fan favorites included. Does that mean Octavia and Vinyl, possibly?
Possibly.
But they've already, we've already seen other things. But speaking of all this stuff, more from SDCC, a trailer for Rainbow Rocks has been released. And, well, you should probably check it out. It's actually kind of getting me excited, surprisingly.
It was short.
Yeah, short. But it's a trailer.
It's just a trailer. So
teaser trailer, really. So it's supposed to be short.
Yeah, nothing spoilery.
But it had probably it was a great line.
It did have a very good line in it.
You need to hear. I don't want to spoil it because you probably already watched it, but still, it's a great line. I was surprised. So anyway, yeah, there's that. And also, a clip from the movie has been released. This one showing an entire song from the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, spoilers, but it's a villain song.
Yes.
Which is cool.
It is cool.
We don't get those that often. Nope. We got one, I think, so far. Total. Yeah, so it's a villain song by, Adagio Dazzle and her bandmates.
The Dazzling.
Yeah. How about that?
As soon as I heard that, I definitely could tell the connection to Sirens.
Yeah. It's like, oh, wow, I was totally right. But yeah, it's actually, it's kind of like early mid-2000s pop almost in style.
It's like hard to place.
Yeah, it's what it feels like to me. It's like early mid-2000s pop, like that point before like a lot of more EDM style stuff started seeping into pop music.
Yeah.
So it's like I think one thing I thought of definitively was honestly Britney Spears songs.
Oh
it's
boy.
kind of that style.
Yeah.
So, but it's still actually kind of a fun song in kind of a cheesy villain way.
It was. It also gave a bunch of hints as to what their, I want to say kind of what their purpose is, what they're doing.
They're sowing,
Yeah.
discord. Ha.
Ha ha ha. Oh boy.
No, not that kind of. Well, by the way, they also confirmed he's not appearing in Rainbow Rock. So
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. So it's actually a pretty interesting trailer. We have a bit with I guess main 5 plus Sunset, who's I guess going to replace Twilight and Equestria Girl. So sort of.
Except
although she is
supposed to
coming
show
back,
up, so you can't really say replace.
I don't know. But anyway, yeah. There, she's talking a lot, significant lines.
Yes.
So, yeah, Rainbow Rocks. It's coming. Whether you like it or
At
not.
least one person here is pleased for it.
Yes, I was all worried about how they're going to portray Sunset, but actually after this, I'm kind of
excited.
Yeah, I'm actually like, okay, they might actually get it right. Anyway, moving on to the show, was this also had quite a large amount of news.
Yes.
First off, an extended version of Let the Rainbow Remind You has been released via a PMV on YouTube, and it's an official PMV.
Yay.
So, yeah, extended version of that song. If you want it, there you go. Megan McCarthy answered a few questions regarding the show. It's not much we already knew, but it still there might be a little bit in there. It's only a couple, and there's split across 3 videos because I guess some stupid thing about mobile phone recording.
I guess.
I don't know.
Something like that, I don't know.
Anyway, the SDCC panel, though, on MLP, revealed quite a few things about Season 5.
Yeah.
Quite a few. Let's see. They talked about, one big thing, solo song for Rainbow Dash. She's never had a solo before. She's had songs where she was a major singer, but never totally solo.
We know this. The voice actor can do it.
Yeah. Princess Luna has a nightmare. May or may not be a full episode dedicated to that, but that's kind of the princess who can dreamwalk and all that stuff is the one having a nightmare. How does that work out? Yes. Is it like actually nightmare with a capital then? We'll find out. Oh, of course, they talked about the 100th episode, which we all know is coming, and they're going to try to do something really special for that one.
Yeah, so they are celebrating the 100th.
They said there's going to be an episode where apparently side characters, and apparently this is going to be also the 100th episode, at least this is how it was interpreted, that side characters are going to be kind of focused on, and like Coco Palmel will come back, she was a fan favorite from season 4. Yep. Maud Pie and the entire Pie family apparently episode.
An episode, yeah.
So there'll be an entire episode about Twilight's Library.
Yes, which is something that I wanted to see.
She misses it too, so
that's something I wanted to see. So yay.
Yeah. A lot of the stuff is kind of teasing and saying, maybe. There's not beyond that. It's mostly just maybe teasing. We don't know. So I believe that's the big stuff.
Yeah.
That they actually confirm. So
the rest of it is just kind of little teasing things here and there.
Yeah. But there is one other big thing, and that was, that same panel had an animatic from season 5, and it appears it's probably the premiere of the season.
That's my assumption, just because of what was going on.
But yeah, now again, spoilers.
Major spoilers.
Major spoilers. If you want to go in season 5 blind, go away.
Yeah.
So
for a little bit at least.
Kind of established. Okay, they're in this castle. Try to know. They're like
Well, Twilight already decided what she was going to do,
but now she's like,
she doesn't know how.
How? And also this castle, just kind of here, and they're all sitting down in their little thrones, and there's little sound effects, although they're obviously temporary. But it's signifying something happened, and then finally Twilight sits down. Boom! This big old map thing shows up.
Yeah, a giant interactive map, a la Fallout, a la Fable 3.
Or something. Or
remember that
sci-fi,
map
yes,
thing,
or sci-fi or whatever. But anyway, this map, and it kind of takes all their cutie marks and kind of points them at this one spot. Guess it wants us to go there.
Guess we're supposed to go that direction.
So they go there. Oh, actually, first there's a funny bit with Spike kind of walking across the map, and Pinky sees her family.
My parents!
Boom.
Squish!
And she starts to...
That was great.
Yeah, so...
Can't wait to see that final.
So, and then... Yeah, there's a lot of funny bits in there too, but in general. But then they go to this town that's there, and it seems like everything's fine.
Everyone's
Why are we
smiling
here? And then they realize there's something a little off about this place. Namely, everyone has unnatural smiles, and everyone has the exact same cutie mark.
An equal sign.
So, someone's it looks like someone's trying to rebel against the cutie mark system, I guess.
Or something to that effect.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Equality
and it looks like possibly... we're getting another season-long story arc.
Yes.
Which
it looks like they're... I mean, just based off of that, not much to go off of, but it's, again, setting up for an overarching, but since they're going to, like, individual places, it's still able to do slice of life.
Hopefully, by the time you listen to this, you can still watch it.
It hasn't been taken down yet.
Yeah, it hasn't been taken down yet, but you never know with these things.
Someone's probably going to continue to re-upload it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're smart, you saved it locally before, just in case.
Just in case.
So, yeah, you probably already watch it, unless you're serious about, avoiding spoilers, in which case you weren't listening to us anyway, I hope. So... yeah, that was the news, and a lot of it.
A lot of it, yes.
Some of it because, just because I had to talk a bit, because I had to explain it.
Yep.
But yeah, a lot of news. But we also have, of course, a normal discussion. Well, I wouldn't say normal.
I wouldn't say normal. Cringeworthy is more like it.
Yeah, we watched a G3 movie.
Oh, God.
It's happened.
We did it.
We have gone to the depths of hell. Which one do we pick? Well, we decided to start with, I guess, one that everyone, I think, knows about, which is Princess Promenade. Anyway,
how did you pull me into this?
Yeah, this movie, there's a spring festival parade thing.
Promenade.
I don't even...
Yeah, it's celebrating spring,
it's celebrating spring. That kind of probably sounds familiar a little, but it's celebrating spring. They're trying to get it done. One of them falls down a hole while trying to pull a weed, discovers a dragon with a flower, and because she touched the flower, she becomes a princess, and now the dragon's trying to, force her to do a princess's thing. She's not happy, so she declares the entire town princesses, and yeah. That's the synopsis.
That's pretty much a good synopsis.
And... I'm going to go on a limb here and say you were not amused.
I was not amused.
It's not great.
No. I mean, even disregarding the fact that it had G3 Rainbow Dash in it, which, oh my god. It was just, saccharine. That's one way to put it.
Yeah.
It's so sickly sweet.
Overbearingly so?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
all high-pitched voices, and everyone's all happy and cheery and smiling, and even when they're arguing each other, and it's like, holy crap!
The smiles almost never went away.
Even when they're fighting,
they're like smiling and they're not happy, and they're still smiling. It's like
that's creepy.
And not only that, I'll be honest, the style is not good either.
I don't like the style. I mean, some of it you can chalk up to being, the time that it was made in. It was older, but not much older. All of it.
It's mid-2000s, I think.
It's just...
I believe it was mid-2000s. So yeah, it's that G3, like early mid-2000s before G4 happened.
I could get over some of the art style.
2005.
I could actually get over some of the art style compared to some of the other things that it did. You could tell just animation, they cut so many corners and just weren't paying attention. We have characters swapping in and out as they cut around. We have duplicate important characters. Mm-hmm. I know G4, sometimes you have duplicate background ponies, but that's because they're background. No, in one scene they actually duplicated Rainbow Dash. Oops. Crying out loud.
One is enough.
Actually, I think duplicate... Oh, hey now. In this case, I'll actually I'll agree with you. One of this many is too many. It was just... darling.
Yeah, it was actually kind of amusing watching him. Just every single time Dash spoke, he just sitting there having like he's just sitting there just freaking out, and it's kind of amusing. It was more amusing than the movie, but it's bad for various reasons.
They tried to have a good moral in it,
and they botched it.
And at the end, they completely threw it out.
I don't think any of you care about spoilers, because I hope not.
It's been out long enough.
It's not been out long enough, plus it's not good. I would honestly, not even if you're one of those people who kind of like me, and you kind of like watching things that are really bad because they're good in that way. This is not.
This is beyond
This is so bad, it's horrible.
It's not like Star Wars Christmas Special bad, but it's on that downward curve.
It's that point. It's that point where it's not so bad, it becomes good again.
Yeah, you have that good,
Birdemic,
bad,
or The Room.
So bad it's good. Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Exactly. You got that point. This is right before that where it's bad in the point that it's not really entertaining.
Yeah.
There's I think maybe two funny things in the whole thing.
And a couple funny things that they ruined later just by overdoing it.
Yeah.
They kept breaking the fourth wall with Spike on referencing other movies and such. The
Stories
first time it was, that was just kind of funny, and then they kept doing it over and over. It's like, okay,
stop. Please stop. Yeah, that was the thing. They had a couple running jokes that just weren't funny. What was her name? The whatever the breezy.
Zipsy kept sneezing.
Yeah, just a sneezing thing. Oh, she keeps sniffing flowers, but she's allergic, so she keeps sneezing and running into stuff.
Yeah, maybe the first time, and then stop.
It wasn't funny the first time.
It
wasn't funny the second time.
It's just a running bad joke.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, animation is like you just mentioned the swapping. It's like sometimes like Cutie Mark would just pop on screen.
Yeah, I noticed that. Or Cutie Mark, oh, there it is.
Bizarre, like oh my, there's a severe derp eye.
It's like they on like one act at the very end when they're all up on the
stage podium thing
on the first float with the new princess. It's like in one scene.
Yeah.
The entire thing was mirrored. All the ponies were on one. Certain ponies were on one side, and then all of a sudden they did a camera swap. And nope, now they're all on the other. It's like, wait, what? How did you forget that?
Yeah, it was
just they did not pay attention.
I don't think they cared. And all of that. There's also music, but
some of it was
inoffensive at best, and a lot of it though was
like whenever Spike
annoying.
That was
that was. It's like
the singing for Spike was just
that was not
off.
Good.
I'm sorry,
that was not good.
That was Brian Drummond.
Yeah,
who's done stuff for
and by the
generation.
way, yeah. In case you don't know, Tabitha St. Germain, Andrea Libman,
Britt McKillop, Brian Drummond.
All these people have appeared in G4, as you well know.
Yeah,
and it's weird because like the sneezing one, whatever,
Zipsy, that was Andrea Libman.
That was Andrea Libman. You can hear it. It's like that's Pinky.
That's Pinky.
That's totally Pinky voice. A little bit like dialed back a little, but you can hear it, and you can hear you like
every now and then she did a
the
Fluttershy type thing too.
Yeah,
and
then Tabitha played the main character basically. Mm-hmm. What's her name? I don't remember her name. That's a problem. That's a problem. Why don't I remember the main character? Wisteria. Yeah. Princess Wisteria. That was Tabitha St. Germain. I could. At first, I didn't. I had a hard time until I heard this one point where she's freaking out about a weed, and I'm like, that's a rarity.
Yeah, that's very much rarity.
Yeah, and Britt McKillop played someone. It's like, although funnily enough, in the credits, she was miscredited as Spike.
Yep, and Brian Drummond.
That's not
credited as all the breezies.
Yeah, so that was one thing. And another thing, honestly, it was too long.
Oh God!
Not even ignoring the fact it was bad.
It was a
very threadbare story in the first place, and it was almost an hour long, and it didn't need to be long. I'd almost say it's almost 3 times longer than it needs to be.
Yeah, it just kept going and going and kept making us cringe.
Yeah, there's one point where like there's this pony you can see. It's like her eyes are severely derpy, like they're pointing in totally opposite. They're not up and down like derpy. They're like side to side. It's just It's like you didn't catch that at all. That is so obvious. Could you actually
everything else they missed?
Yeah, and just. And wow. Animation in general also, we said it bad. It's also inconsistent bits. Like their eyes always seem, they have this dead eye stare.
Yep.
That was one of the biggest problems. It's just unnerving. It's just this dead eye stare. It's like at one point, all of a sudden, the dead eye kind of went away. It's like, oh, this actually looks okay for once. And then that went away. It was just one scene.
Yeah.
And I guess the moral was, okay, she's being forced, she becomes a princess because she touched a flower and it was not whatnot. But okay. And then she's not happy because, well, all this stuff she has, Spike's saying, no, princess doesn't, she doesn't
princess
dig.
Does this.
The princess doesn't dig. Princess doesn't sniff flowers. Princess doesn't water flower. All this stuff. And it's like, and she's unhappy because she can't do any of the things she likes to do. And
yeah, she wants to
decides,
be with her friends and
she makes everyone, their solution does make everyone a princess.
Yeah. And suddenly Spike's okay with everything. It's like, wait, what?
It's like, yeah, Spike is suddenly okay with just, okay. And
It's just the story starts to build up to something and it tries and then
it tries.
It's like they got there and then the story writers went, heck with it, let's just finish this up and get it over with.
Yeah, it's just
what?
It's like,
yeah.
Why did she just step down as princess, or why didn't she just say,
no, if I'm in charge, we're gonna do it this way.
It's like it's weird because I'm almost like seeing like people want. As I'm finding it funny because like in G4 people want all the main 6 to be princesses, and it's like because it's to be equal, and it's like you're kind of it's kind of like
yeah
it's not honestly it's not even if you're even like I said if you're even the type of person who enjoys watching bad movies just because of how funny they can be and unintentionally funny.
Yeah, this is bad.
This is bad. This is just plain bad. Spike's voice was annoying. Spike had an annoying character.
Spike was a jerk.
Spike is consistently annoying and bad.
This one was different though.
Yeah, this was a different kind of though.
He was a jerk.
Yeah, so it's just a lot of the voice work also. I like like some of it, it's fine. Like Andrea Lemon actually turned in a really good performance. I'll be honest with what she's working with.
She did
a pretty good performance. Tabitha Jermaine did an okay performance in this one. It was,
yeah,
but a lot of them is just like generic, high pitched,
overly girly voices. Yeah.
Again, yeah, it's for girls, but this is vapid. Like I remember actually watched a review someone did of this movie, and she's like, I loved My Little Pony as a kid, and this is horrible.
Yeah,
this is an awful movie.
It was. That's about all I can say about it.
It's just we went through this torture because, well, partially
so you don't have to.
Yeah, because this will be showing on the Hub, and you might be just kind of, if you're watching that Hub marathon, you might be curious.
Yeah, this is one of the three that we'll end with.
This is G3 though. This is G3. Remember, there's also the worst of the G3.5, which that was also being shown on the Hub. I'm not sure. I haven't watched that, but we might in the future.
Oh no,
we will. But yeah, it's
save me.
This is
please.
one of those. I can see why people say this is the low point. Whereas the My Little Pony, the movie from the 80s, that was just kind of bland. It had some interesting bits that were kind of just mishandled, but it was just kind of bland. This was just bad. And I can see why Lord Faust rebelled against that.
Yes.
This is
just horrible.
This is basically treating girls as second-rate citizens, and that is not cool.
No, it's not. This is a prime example of why people look down upon.
This is what
girl stuff.
Yeah. This is also part of the reason why people are like, you watch that show. This is the reason.
This is what they think.
It.
And it's bad.
Like, I've never watched the original G1 stuff. I've heard, though, some people say it actually can be pretty good at times.
Yeah.
But this, I've yet to find anyone who can actually defend this. Who actually can defend G3.
Yeah, it's, wow. It's just
yeah,
bad.
It's so weird just seeing these characters. You like Rainbow Dash. He was just having an aneurysm over Dash because darling.
There's the coat color and name. That's it. Period.
She's acting a little like Rarity, but a worse version of Rarity.
A worse version. One thing I will say, and it's completely off of Rainbow Dash. Pinky.
Yeah, Pinky.
She was not as bad.
Well, people like to be upset about Pinky because she's often annoying and stuff, but this is a much more reserved Pinkie Pie.
Yes.
This is a calmer Pinkie Pie. This is the Pinkie Pie who actually, one of the other only few funny moments in the movie actually was kind of did a bit of snarking.
Yeah.
It was snarky. This was like, that's a Twilight snark.
That was surprising.
And there's Pinky being snarky about it towards,
Yeah, Wisteria.
And there's also one bit weird. Is like this pony's like white pony sits up. Well, she's like napping in a float. She sits up. She's wearing sunglasses, and she kind of has that kind of scratchy voice that everyone associates with vinyl scratching. You're like,
yo, Wisteria. That's actually the line.
Yeah, yo, Wisteria. It's like,
yo, Wisteria. It's like, whoa, vinyl scratch.
Almost. Well,
almost, except this came before.
Yeah, well before and well, yeah, but still, not good. Overly long. Botched moral.
Yep.
Just storyline. Yeah, just avoid it.
Yeah, it's just bad.
Just don't do what we did out of curiosity. I was like, I can't be that bad. It's that bad.
It's that bad.
I was like, there's no way. People have to be exaggerating. It's really Yeah,
that pretty well sums it up.
So just don't. So even if you're curious on the Hub, unless you really want to,
unless you have some sort of masochistic tendencies or something,
don't.
Yeah,
so,
it's just bad.
Anyway, I think that's enough ways we can say it's bad. Yeah, like I said, this is like a 1 out of 10 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I'll give it a 1 out of 10. I didn't actually.
Like,
didn't literally die while watching it, so it gets at least 1 out of a 10.
No wonder. Yeah, it's like at least now people are like, maybe girls should be treated like people.
Yeah.
Thankfully, so anyway, moving on.
Is something better?
Yeah, something better. Friends Forever #7 came out. It's the Luna and Pinkie Pie issue. What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, turns out, Luna wants to be funny. Yep. And it's because, Celestia does this little show just to bring her closer to the average pony. And, she wants to prove that she can be funnier than Celestia. So she goes to Twilight. Twilight tries to do research, and
gets yelled at.
Luna gets bored. So they go to Pinkie. And Pinkie decides to help, and things go from there. And it's actually a pretty good comic.
It is.
Yeah, so I didn't know how the heck they're going to do a Pinky and Luna thing, but they did a pretty good job.
I'll say they did a fairly good job. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, because there's been a lot of headcanons, and this one kind of breaks a couple of those, I think. Like, oh, Luna and Celestia prank each other. Well, it's weird, too, because,
this could be an origin story.
Sort of, but at the same time, we also have to establish the Journal of Two Sisters, like...
That they were...
Like, Luna wanted those fun things, and
Yeah.
Then again, she probably just doesn't know how to be a comedian, so... That might just be she knows how to have fun, like, by going down a slide, but she doesn't know how to be funny.
Yeah.
Okay. I just talked myself out of my concern.
And there you have it.
Yeah. So, they did make a little joke out of the... Just kind of deconstructing comedy with Twilight's books for a bit. They it's funny only 3 times, and they did it 3 times.
Yep.
Strangeness or basic misunderstanding by a character. All this stuff. And, of course, Luna does her Canterlot voice. Royal
Canterlot.
And then Pinky does it very briefly, too.
Yep.
And they also go to the funny farm.
The funny farm. Hoo-hoo, hee-hee, ha-ha.
Exactly. Funny farm, if you get that. And we see the return of certain characters we haven't seen since season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Characters who weren't actually characters. They were figments of Pinky's imagination.
Yeah. Well, they physically existed.
Yeah, but...
She just brought the voices back.
So, yeah, it's actually a pretty fun little comic. There's some slapstick. If you're not into slapstick, you're not going to like this. But, yeah, slapstick. Some just goofy jokes. Parts of Pinky. There's a bit of a touching bit with Pinky and Luna.
Uh-huh.
Luna learns a lesson. There's a bit that was a surprising reference.
Yeah, that one.
Let's just say it's someone that is widely known for being a bit of having inflated ego, but is a real person.
Yes. So,
yeah. This is a really good one. I was surprised. So I definitely would say pick this one up for sure.
And I will agree with you.
Go get it. Next month is Rarity and Applejack on a road trip.
Oh boy. Shipper's delight.
That will be fun.
Yep.
So, now, though, we have some fan content. Yes, we're back with that.
Yay,
Hooray.
back with fan content.
So I'll hand it off to Alcatraz because it's music time.
It's music time. Yep, I've got 3 of them. We'll start out with Reg Key's Daydream. I like this one. It's fairly mellow. It's a little bit of glitchy vocals going on. Nice and smooth. Not really much else I can say about that, but it's just easy listening.
Yeah, it's I think someone called it chill step. So
good.
Yeah, I think that's actually a genre now.
It is actually. That's a good description. That works.
So yeah, it's actually pretty interesting because
it's chill step with a bit of glitch vocals.
Yeah, so it's actually a pretty interesting song. It takes a couple samples from the show, vocals, and just kind of puts them in there. It's a pretty nice little easy song to listen to. I think it was pretty good. I guess not my favorite though, but it's pretty good.
Yeah. The next one I got is by Taps, and it's My Rarity, featuring Eerie Hughes. She'll give her love till there is no more. She is so special to me. Am I not worthy? She's my hope, my love, my rarity, my rarity, my rarity. If you've listened to Tap's song before, you probably know what to expect. It's his standard run-of-the-mill, heavy bass, smooth song with vocals. I thought it was pretty good, even if it is Rarity.
For me, it's weird because it's a pretty good song, but at the same time, the subject matter is something I don't really care about at all.
Yeah, it's a
It's a
Disparity ship.
Yeah, so it's a shipping song.
I'm not a huge fan of that either, but the song I enjoyed the song. So.
Yeah, it's a song's pretty good, I guess. Again, I don't know. It's okay, but...
If you like heavy bass, smooth heavy bass, it's not like dubstep wubs.
I don't know, I don't know, for me this song wasn't that... It's kind of... It's alright. I think you're going to hear that a lot from me this time.
Yeah. The next one I got is by Black Griffin and Bassick, and it's Tell Me. Then again, I guess that you were used to it. Tell me, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when you're finally free? Tell me, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when you finally open your eyes and you're finally above the clouds and the clear blue skies? Tell me, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when you're finally? What you gonna do when you're finally? Scared standing there while a million people stare, prepared to take glares, thinking they don't. This is a Derpy-inspired song. I know Nemesis here doesn't really like Derpy, but whatever.
Yeah.
Similar to other stuff that those two have done, but this is off their brand new album, their Immortal album that they've been working on for a little while. We've actually featured a couple songs from it. It's out. I liked it. They're really, really good at what they do. So,
again, I was just kind of, yeah, it's all right. Part of it was it reminded me of an old Backstreet Boys song. So,
yep, these guys.
I just ruined it for everyone. You're welcome.
I'm still fine with it though.
So yeah, that's what it made me think of. It's like this sounds like old Backstreet Boys song. So,
but yeah, I'd recommend going to check it out because I still like it. If you like some of their stuff, it's not quite as Owl City as some of their other ones that they've done, but
I just overall this week I'm just not really feeling any of the songs, to be honest. It's just not like, woo, this is awesome. I'm just like,
I'd still go check out the album though. There's a whole bunch of different styles on it, including one by Michelle Creeper.
Yeah,
he did a collab with Michelle.
Collab with, as he's wanting to do.
Yes.
So yeah.
So there you go. That's music.
Yeah, and of course, I have a fanfic.
Yep,
barely. This was almost didn't happen. So anyway, you might have seen this in Equestria Daily, but I remember I saw this well before they featured it. So I guess I'm gonna hipster right now. Anyway, it's called Withdrawal by Ragos. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce that. I'm gonna go say Ragos. But anyway, it's about a post season 4 fic where it's after the Twilight's defeated Tyrek or Twilight and her friends have defeated Tyrek and all that stuff, and basically she's kind of sucking up magic from the Everfree Forest because she's always feeling empty and a little sick actually afterwards, and she does it a little bit, she releases it, and eventually she has to do it again, but now it's happening more frequently. She's having a problem, she's trying to keep it hidden and all this stuff, and Luna now found out what's going on, and basically it's just because, well, she had so much power when she was fighting Tyrek because she had the magic of 4 alicorns, and now she doesn't, and her body's trying to go on.
It's basically
she's basically going through withdrawal.
Yeah, it's like,
and she's having a hard time with it.
Yeah, it basically goes through that.
It's kind of an interesting concept, so I remember seeing this way back when, I probably should feature this eventually when it gets more closer, I guess, when there's more chapters, but...
Well, now there's more chapters.
Yeah, now there's a couple more chapters, so yeah, right now it's not complete, so... But I actually found it kind of interesting. What did you think of it?
I thought it was really interesting, too. It's a different take on what you normally see. It's a little bit darker subject matter.
Yeah, dark tag, so yeah, dark, watch it.
Dark due to
themes.
Subject...
Not gore
matter. There's no dark. There's no gore, or anything like that. It just touches on those kind of themes.
Yeah. So.
But I thought it was very well done.
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect when I first saw it, but I was like, yeah, this, I can kind of see this sort of thing. It kind of fits. It kind of shows that Luna went through the same thing with Nightmare Moon. Kind of like she became Nightmare Moon, and like it. Because she had an insane amount of power, and that's why she was hidden away for so long, was because she's kind of going through the same thing, and now she's telling Twilight, hey, you need to, tell someone. You can't just do this alone.
Tell someone, have people help you, kind of, yeah.
So, it's very interesting. I'd recommend checking it out.
Yep.
Hopefully it'll get finished and not, like, all of a sudden go on a hiatus, like, right after I featured it.
Yeah, that always kind of bites.
Once. Anyway, that's the end of our show. So, if you enjoyed us babbling and retching over a G3 movie, you can listen to past episodes and future episodes on pony411.libsyn.com. All of them are there for download. And also, if you don't want to do that, though, and maybe you want to have an automated subscription, well, iTunes, search for us, Pony411. You can subscribe there, and every week, boom, new episode download. Well, almost every week. Anyway.
Almost every week.
Yeah. If you want to not download it, you can also go to YouTube, youtube.com/pony411. All of them are there for, well, video streaming, even though it's just a static image. But yeah, you can have that playing in the background, tab, doing whatever. Or on Tuesday nights, you can tune in to Ponyville FM. That's 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. We're there, Ponyville FM. Isn't that fun?
Yep.
And of course, you can contact us or email pony401podcast@gmail.com. You know, comments, criticisms, questions, all that stuff.
Yep.
We actually got something saying people were asking something we did, but why we did something. But anyway, we'd see Twitter. We're at Pony411 or Facebook. Like us there, facebook.com/Pony411. And of course, you can contact us on our personal Twitters. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1. He's at Alca7raz and _ at the end and a 7 instead of a T. Because yes, he recently changed it.
Yep.
And I believe that is it.
I believe so.
Yes. So, I don't know what to do next week. We'll figure it out. Yeah, hiatus continues. It looks like we'll be going a lot longer.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So, yeah, we'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. We'll get through this together, guys. But until then, please pony responsibly.